Okay, first one.
Okay.
And the second.
Cash.
Okay.
Cash,
A few months ago, we had, of course, this Wilders affair, so to speak. And before that, we had the cartoons, the Danish cartoons affair. So we are all the time dealing with the fallout of these incidents. And this brought about, a very deep discussion about what journalism is all about. And that's why we supported very much the idea, which came from our Arab colleagues, to have this dialogue.
As you know, in our countries there are laws that are putting fences over the freedom of expressions. In my country, for example, still journalists can go to jail for what they say.
We want to fight against the people who put the pressures against the freedom of the press, and they are different in Arab country. Maybe the government, maybe the secret intelligence, maybe the rich people.
My cameraman, okay? This is the last fucking time I tell you that. You touch my cameraman, you touch my weapon.
Freedom of the press, the ideas of how the press is being financed, the local tradition of journalistic writing. Well, freedom of expression, freedom of the media, freedom of association is the cornerstone of development in most countries. If people can raise their voice, they can also raise issues that don't go well with development. Corruption, authoritarianism, the lack of respect for social and economic rights, but also of human rights.
A free press is of the utmost importance. And that's the reason, as we have human rights as a cornerstone in our foreign policy, that we also support the freedom of press and therefore support journalism.
Meeting with the members of the government also reflect the fact that they're not just saying that they have freedom of speech in front of us. In fact, we saw this in the parliament, with the ministers.
Journalism is the bearer of a democratic debate in which citizens have a fundamental right to be informed and participate. Only then we can speak of informed citizenship and participatory democracy, which are essential aspects of today's society. Media diversity is key to a healthy, balanced public debate.
In Europe, in the West, in the predominantly Muslim countries, we are all the same. We know that without that freedom, we cannot do our job. So therefore, freedom of the press is not a Western concept, it's actually a universal concept.
We share, I think, across the world that we would like to say what we want. It's not a Western concept, nor a Middle Eastern concept, nor a Southern concept. That is not something where we can use double standards. It is necessary everywhere.
And we have a lot of issues to conquer when it comes to the freedom of speech. And being with the Dutch and even with the Arab colleagues who attended the same program with the different system of Arab freedom of speech, we had a lot to learn, actually.
Professionalism is what we lack now. If you have the professionalism, if you have the loads of information, very good. If you can express yourself, then you have the freedom of expression.
Professional media is important, of course. It is important to monitor the government, to fight against corruptions. For everything, you need to be professional.
In many countries in the West, including here in Netherlands, they already achieved that level of professionalism, and we in the predominantly Muslim countries are still probably a long way to go in reaching that level.
Free Voice now, they are supporting us in a long strategy to build the capacity, the professional capacity for the media in the Arab world. And it's very important to me. It is that you cannot go alone. You need the others.
We have all to join forces with all journalists around the world because it's not only our duty, it's our duty as a whole society of journalists.
Another one. That's live. I'm lucky.
Smile.
I'm lucky.
Are you on Facebook? يلا أشوف إيهاب.